Happy Thursday, June 4th, people. Welcome to June. I can't believe we're 4 days in already. Biggest blur of my life in terms of speed of the way things are going. A couple quick announcements. Bingo cards. Our June challenge is a bingo card. If you haven't seen it already, it's posted on the Facebook page as well as on SugarWOD, both yesterday, Wednesday, and we'll have it on there today as well. Go ahead and start chipping away at that stuff. Some cool things for you to do to stay engaged, both from a social media perspective, some cool fitness challenges, bring your coach an iced coffee, all these fun things. So stay on that, stay in the loop with that stuff. Next, there was an announcement tonight about new mandates regarding our class sizes and masks. Class sizes are going to increase starting tomorrow. Be aware of what they look like. That means less waitlisted, more availability, more opportunity to get into class. Exciting news for some of us, but we need to tread lightly and be aware of the situation. Masks are recommended, but not absolutely mandatory. So what does that look like? We still are very conscious of keeping our 6 foot space in the gym, especially, but outside as well. The masks are when you're in closer proximity to people. A good example would have been the bench press today. If you're trying to spot somebody, obviously a mask would be helpful or important when you're getting relatively closer to people. So stay tuned for more announcements on what that looks like. We're going to try to keep that as transparent as can be. We understand it's kind of a gray area, but stay focused and still just practice the best to your ability in terms of what it says and what we can do. We don't want to overdo it in terms of exposure, but we're excited about this news, and that means more opportunity for you. Let's jump into today. The workout. A fun one. If you're in the gym, it's going to look a little bit different than at home. We'll tell you about how it's going to change if so. Today, clean and jerk, 6 sets of 2. Obviously, a few go sets, a few warm-up sets, you're going to get about 15 minutes to work on this. So squat clean or power clean with a push jerk or a split jerk in some cases. Building that up across sets if it feels good. Obviously, it doesn't have to be tap and go, but 2 reps where you put the bar down and just kind of keep going. Obviously, those 2 reps aren't separated by very much time. Okay, again, plenty of time, plenty of breakdown from your coach if you're in the gym, plenty of breakdown if you're on a Zoom call as well, especially if it's with an object different than a barbell. Coach will talk about that. From there, getting into the WOD, 6 rounds for time today, 3 clean and jerks. You've been feeling warm, you're ready with those. Relatively heavy weight, 155, 105, followed by 6 deadlifts. Today, we're going to be able to get on the rig for 9 pull-ups, followed by 12 box jump overs. Remember, all the way over the box there. Don't have to stand up all the way on top. 24 and 20 inches as the standard there. This is a big chunk, guys, so think about pacing. Think about a heavy clean and jerk. Then the deadlifts, pull-ups, and box jumps get a little bit faster as you go through. So let's talk about what these movements look like, how that workout's going to look. All right, going to kind of integrate the idea of the workout and the strength piece today. It's going to look differently if you're at home. Regardless if you're at home or at the gym today, the weight doesn't matter. Be humble. That's kind of the idea we've gone through the last 2 weeks with some of the strength stuff. Just get it back, guys. So if you have an odd object that's extremely light, think about what we can focus on today. Hitting that shrug before you pull, extending those hips, triple extension, all the good things that the coaches will reiterate on the call or in the class. Let's get into what it looks like, okay? So our clean and jerk strength piece, you're gonna do 6 sets of 2, okay? It can be either a push jerk or a split jerk. Looks like this. Thinking about our setups today. Nice and narrow with the feet under the hips. Okay, my shoulders are in front. I'm not too low. My hips are high here. Can hit that full shrug. I can be power in that receiving position, or I can be squat. Okay, all the way down. The jerk, thinking about getting our hips open and pressing, getting our head through the window. We're here, standing all the way up, keeping a nice tight core. That can turn into a split jerk as well from the side. Looks like this. Okay, recovering with that front foot first and then the back foot. That'll be broken down clearly in class and on the call as well. Immediately after that, okay, so that'll be your strength piece, but in the WOD, immediately after that, we'll move into deadlifts. This is gonna feel relatively lighter. Should be something you should go unbroken on. 6 deadlifts at this weight, tap and go, not breaking it up. So a little bit different of a setup. Our hips are a little bit higher. Okay, pushing through the floor with those feet. Hips are a little higher, shoulders are right in front of that bar. Nice neutral neck, tapping and going. All about that hip hinge, right? Don't forget to bend your knees as well. Nice straight back, shoulders are pinned back, okay? Immediately after that, we're gonna get to the rig, 9 pull-ups. Be humble here, take care of your hands as well. Remember, we have chalk for you if you need it in the gym. Last but not least, those box jump overs. You do not have to stand all the way up on the box, but get over that box and be safe about it, okay? That's what the workout looks like with the barbell. If you're at home and have an odd object, again, focusing on form. If you have an odd object, think about it taking the likes of a med ball clean from the floor, okay? Big shrug, get underneath this thing, stand up. Don't forget to jerk as well, all the way through. This is a med ball, or a pretty weak imitation of a med ball, very light. We can do that with an odd object. My plate carrier, okay? Same thing, treat it like a med ball clean. All the way up. Maybe you have dumbbells today. If that's the case, we will actually start from the hang. We don't tap and go on these necessarily. It can look like both. So it can be starting from the hang, swing these things up and overhead with that jerk. Deadlifts, tap and go, okay? If you're at home today, pull-ups are gonna take a little bit different of a standard. We're gonna do a bent over row. So with that barbell, again, if you don't have a pull-up bar with that barbell, get a good flat back. We don't want to be too upright where we're using our shoulders. We want to be more hip hinged so that we're straight down here, pulling right below the sternum, okay? That will replace your pull-ups. Hopefully you can find a good surface or area for your jumps. You've been doing them, so get after them. For the warm-up today, in the gym, you're gonna do the assault bike. Yay, 8 calories there. You're gonna then follow that with a barbell. 8 barbell good mornings, get those hammies and back nice and ready for the deadlifts. 8 barbell muscle cleans, 8 front squats, 8 push jerks. Thinking about getting those hips open with a light load. Get ready for those 2 times through this, okay? If you're at home, replacing that assault bike with a quick little run, maybe a good 100-meter jog out and back, okay? Then with your object, you can go through most of this stuff the same way, all right? Coach is gonna take you through a little bit of a yoga flow for mobility, dynamic mobility prior to the workout. Go get them. Have an awesome Thursday.